down. Yes, 3 down. Fantastic work.
Yo, what is going on, Guardians, and welcome back to another Destiny 2 gameplay video. Hey, in this video we're going to be talking about game sense. Now, this is a term you've likely heard thrown around. In fact, Hovey and I were just talking about the importance of game sense on stream yesterday, and how game sense is a skill that trumps even your personal accuracy and weapon precision. If you have high game sense, you can realistically, consistently outplay opponents who may be a better shot than you, but lack the game knowledge and instincts on the fly for that particular game. So, what is game sense? How do you acquire it? How do you nurture it, grow it? And how does that affect the way that you play a game? This is what we're going to focus on in this video. So firstly, let's get a loose working definition of game sense established. Alright, here we go. So game sense is a collection of your knowledge and experience in a particular game, translating to real-time instinctual decisions and perceptions while playing. Now, I know that's a mouthful, but follow me on this just one more time here. Okay, game sense is a collection of your knowledge and experience in a particular game, translating to real-time instinctual decisions and perceptions while playing the game. Alright, so let's unpack this one part at a time. So we're going to talk about the first part of that definition, a collection of your knowledge and experience in a particular game. Now, in order to have good game sense, you have to understand the nuances of that game in great detail. So this covers a lot of information, okay, including how particular classes and subclasses can move, what triggers their cooldowns, what activates certain perks, how particular weapons sound and how they behave, how specific perks work in combat, how maps are designed, where cover exists, the topography of specific maps, where kill boxes are on maps, what specific movements sound like and what their audio cues are, how the radar works, and how the brightness of the color of red determines vertical differences between you and your target on the radar, how spawns work, how they flip, where spawn locations are, how to manipulate spawns to give you an advantage. I mean, there is a ton of stuff packed into this collection of knowledge and experience with a game. Now, the broader your understanding of the ins and outs of a game, the greater your potential game sense is going to be. One particular example of that I can think of off the top of my head comes from a recent Camicakes video in which he's playing Rumble on Bannerfall. And there's a series in there where he basically gets a handful of free kills using his game sense. He knows where the spawns are, he knows how people move to get out of those spawns, and he knows how players have less accuracy while airborne. Now, he uses the collection of those three principles to essentially get free kills as he stands on an elevated position looking down at one of the main spawn locations on Bannerfall. He's up on a balcony, he looks down at the bridge that separates the spawn location from the rest of the map, and he waits for players to jump up to that bridge to access the rest of the map coming out of spawn. And the second they jump, and he says this before they even do it, he says that he's waiting for them to jump up on the bridge. The second they jump, he's waiting up on that balcony to take advantage of them and kill them before they even have time to react to his presence. This is game sense in action. It's a player using their collection of knowledge and experience to inform the way that they react and perceive the battlefield in real time. That's game sense. So, we unpacked what goes into the first half of our definition, that collection of a player's knowledge and experience in a particular game. But how do you deepen your understanding of those nuances of the game? You know, there are a few different ways that you can actively broaden your knowledge of a game. First, you need to play this. You may not like this. First, you need to play as every class. Some people will instantly react negatively to that. But the reality is this. The reality is that if you have limited experience on particular characters, then your knowledge of the ins and outs of how they operate will be limited. You can watch them, read their skill trees, and more. But if you have no experience really feeling how all those things work in combat, then your game sense will be limited because your experience has been limited. The more limitations you put on how you experience the game, the lower your game sense will be. And the inverse is true. The fewer limitations you put on how you experience the game, the greater your game sense will be. So, remove your limitations. You could say, I refuse to play on Hunter because I hate how they roll and hop and skip like frickin' kitty cats all over the place. Well, you've just limited your game sense in a very real way. Given that there are 2 Hunters for every 1 Warlock and Titan in the Crucible, this seems like a poor choice. You don't need to main a Hunter or a Warlock or a Titan if you don't want to, but if you want to broaden your game sense, then every now and then you should walk a mile in their shoes. Now, I don't want to spend too much time unpacking experience and knowledge, but let me just leave it at this. If you want to have the greatest possible game sense, then you need to deepen your understanding of the game. That means playing and experiencing a wide variety of classes, game modes, and weapons and armor. It also means pursuing knowledge through exploring videos and even forum posts. Alright, moving on. The second half of our definition of game sense was the application of all that knowledge and experience in real time. So remember, our definition was game sense is a collection of your knowledge and experience in a particular game translating to real-time instinctual decisions and perceptions while playing. So this is about applying that knowledge and experience to how you play in the moment. This is the part that's hard to teach. It really just comes with time. But your game sense will be fantastic if you can bridge the gap between knowing and doing. So when you find a way to take your knowledge of the game and allow that to inform what you do while you're in the heat of a match, then you'll be a much more talented player. It's not just about being proactive and using your knowledge to tell you what to do, but it's also about using your knowledge to tell you how to react to what other players are doing. So when another player runs through a doorway and they're weak, and you're pursuing them because you want to clean up your kill, take a moment before you walk through that door. Listen for a Warlock glide, or a Hunter double jump, or a Titan lift. They all have their own unique sounds, and if you hear them, you can bet your sweet bippy that they're baiting that doorway, and they're ready to pounce on you from above if you pursue through that door. But what goes up must come down. Wait a moment, let them come back down, place a grenade as they land, or line up your sights to where you think they'll come down. This is game sense. When you're hard scoping a lane and picking a couple people off, but you notice your teammates on your HUD are starting to gather where you're looking, and you know how spawns work, use your game sense to let you know when a spawn flip is about to happen. Spin around, face the new spawn before you get caught from behind or on your flank while staring down a lane. This is game sense. There are so many ways game sense plays into each match you play, and maybe I'll walk through a match and single out all those moments in another video. But for now, let's leave this video with a baseline for what game sense actually is. This will be our foundational understanding moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll let the footage continue to roll. I had some really nice streaks yesterday running spare rations and beloved. Had a lot of fun with it. And just a reminder, my live streams are all over on Facebook Gaming now, and our support button is live. So if you do want to support the stream over there, you can feel free to hit the sub button. It's different from Twitch. Twitch took a cut. They take a cut of your subs, so you don't get the full support of that subscription. But on Facebook, when you choose to hit the support button, your $5, all $5 goes to me and my family. So you're not directly supporting Facebook when you hit that support button. You're only supporting me, which is a pretty cool feature in my opinion. So feel free to offer your support there if you choose to or want to. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoy the rest of the footage, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible. Bye-bye.
Oh, teammate, you can do it! See, boy, I believe! Just kidding. I don't believe. Stop believing.
Get destroyed.
No, we went for that guy. No, I died! Oh, I choked, man!
No!
Oh, I had to do was not die there. Of course he gets the headshot in a melee on me.
Man, I played
That's
so
unfortunate, even
well
for the guy I was
there
going
too,
for
man.
initially. I didn't know that super was behind me. That's frustrating. If I switched to a shotgun from the beginning, I would have gotten him.